A few days before the wedding, a quiet gift from me revealed a secret so shocking that my daughter immediately began rethinking her engagement. 9 days before the wedding, I became certain that my daughter didn't understand the game being played, but someone else did. The mistake was small. So small that most people would have ignored it. I didn't. I wasn't the kind of woman who reacted. I was the kind who planned. My daughter, Olivia, lived in a Denver apartment with her fiancé, Brian. On social media, they looked like the perfect couple. Every week there was a new photo, a new smile, a new coffee shop, a new adventure. Reality was different. I worked in the records department of a hospital. I was 52 years old. I was still paying off some student loans. Every year, I checked my 401k and wondered whether I would have enough saved by retirement. I knew life didn't run on filters. Life ran on numbers. And numbers don't lie. One evening, Olivia came to my house. My small suburban home was quiet as we sat in the kitchen drinking coffee. Laughing, she said, "Brian says everything will get easier after we're married." I asked only one question. What will get easier? She was silent for a moment. Money. I didn't like that answer. People who answer every problem with later are often hiding something in the present. A few days later, our family was preparing for Thanksgiving. Everyone was gathered around the dinner table, laughing and talking. That's when I noticed Brian using Olivia's phone. Nothing dramatic. Only a few seconds. But his nervousness was unusual. The moment Olivia returned, he handed the phone back. Like a chess player quickly returning a piece to its original square. I said nothing. I simply noted the first move. Over the following weeks I kept watching. Olivia was working more, taking overtime shifts, picking up extra hours. Yet her savings account wasn't growing the way it should have. Then one night she called me. "Mom, can you take a look at something?" I went to her apartment. She placed several bank statements in front of me. I reviewed them quietly. Then another. Then another. And suddenly the picture became clear. Money was being withdrawn repeatedly from their joint account. Small amounts. Small enough to avoid immediate suspicion. But together the total was significant. "Did you ask Brian about it?" said. "He said it was a misunderstanding." He nodded. Misunderstandings happen once. Not every month. That night, the second phase of the game began. We didn't argue. We didn't make accusations. We simply gathered evidence. Olivia saved every statement. I consulted a lawyer friend. We organized every transaction. Then an interesting truth emerged. The money wasn't going into a business. It wasn't being invested. It was being transferred into a separate personal account. An account Olivia had never been told about. Most people would have become angry at that point. I didn't. I knew the best move is always played at the right time. The wedding was approaching. Brian was comfortable. He believed nobody knew anything. That confidence became his weakness. 4 days before the wedding, I bought a gift. Simple. Inexpensive. Small wooden box. Inside it I placed a beautiful watch. Under the watch was an envelope. Inside the envelope was a short note. Alongside it sat a USB drive. I handed the gift to Olivia. "Open it before the wedding." She smiled and nodded. The following evening, she and Brian came to my house. The gift was opened. At first, Brian smiled slightly. Perhaps he thought the gift was unimpressive. Then he noticed the envelope. Olivia pulled out the note. Only one sentence was written inside. "Sometimes learning the truth before a wedding is better than regretting it afterward." She picked up the USB drive. "What's this?" "Evidence," I replied. That was all. Silence filled the room. Olivia opened her laptop. The files appeared one by one. Amounts, counts, transfers. Everything carefully organized. I looked at Brian. The color had drained from his face. He wanted to say something. But numbers are stronger than words. "Is this true?" Olivia asked. Brian remained silent. Then he finally said, "I can explain." Olivia shook her head. "I don't need an explanation." That was the end of the game. There was no screaming, no drama, no police, only the truth. The wedding was postponed. Later, the engagement was ended as well. The financial matters were resolved legally. The money was recovered. The trust was not. A few months later, Olivia was sitting in my house during Christmas. A cup of coffee rested in her hands. She looked more peaceful than she had in years. "What if you hadn't given me that gift?" I looked out the window at the falling snow. "Then you might have married the wrong man." She laughed softly. Then she fell silent. It was the kind of silence that brings peace, not regret. A few days before the wedding, one quiet gift from me revealed a secret so important that my daughter immediately began rethinking her engagement. And that was the greatest victory of the entire game. Not defeating someone, saving someone.